Hello, and welcome back to Super Sent Guys, the podcast where we watch and review the first episode and the last episode of every series of Super Sentai. How have I not got this yet?
That was a long sentence.
I keep being like, we'll just stop explaining it, then we get a guest. I'm like, they might bring in new people, and we've got to explain it. I'm Harry Dobbs, I don't know about you.
I'm Adam.
And there seems to be a third person in the room today. Who's that?
What? Where?
He's a funny one. We got another funny one on.
Yeah. Hello.
Do you want to say your name?
Yes. My name's Joe Dwyer.
Fantastic. Nice to see you, Joe. We've known each other for a long time.
You've been on my podcast.
I have. Well, by the time this comes out, my episodes might be out on both, because Butterfly Stompers has been out for a while.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain your podcasts?
My podcast. Please, my podcast. Let me show you my ways. I have an alt history podcast called Butterfly Stompers. It takes people back in time in a time machine to change things in history. That's fun.
I think I shouted at Napoleon a bit, and then I tried to sink the Titanic earlier or something. I did something
You tried
stupid.
to show a DVD of the Titanic to the passengers of the Titanic. Being like, that's you guys.
That's a good idea.
And then also the one that's actually active at the moment is Dad Touch Pod.
Which is not what it's called.
It's not called Dad Touch Pod, but if you search Dad Touch Pod on Instagram or TikTok, that's going to come up for you.
It's a good podcast. You get comedians to talk about dads.
Yeah, we do. We're exploring.
See, that's a premise that's easy to explain.
Yeah.
What we're doing isn't so easy.
It's a little bit convoluted.
I'm going to be honest, it's not that easy. Yours, to me, I was quite jealous of how easy that is. We're watching an episode of this show. We're like exploring a relationship that is impossible to quantify or define.
But the problem is, the show that we're watching, no one knows what it is. So you have to explain, Do you know Power Rangers? Do you know the show that Power Rangers is based on? Do you know Power Rangers is even based on a show?
That's normally where I lose people.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean Power Rangers is based on? I'm like, they stole footage, but also maybe not stole. It's complicated. Did you ever watch Power Rangers when you were growing up?
I'm going to surprise you guys. No.
I knew it.
He's so cool. He's not watched a kids show even when he was a kid. When were you born?
When was I born?
Yeah.
1996.
Yeah, it'd been going for a couple of years by then.
Yeah. So I was born. It was on TV. Was it on? What channel was it on?
Back then, in the UK...
Fox Kids.
Yeah, I didn't get Fox
and
Kids.
Jetix.
I had NTL... what do you call it? NTL TV.
What the hell's NTL?
Oh, I had NTL.
Is like, what is it called? National Television Link or something like that.
It became Virgin Media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got bought by Virgin.
My mum still has an NTL World email that she gives out.
My mum is Jane at ntlworld.com. Drop her an email.
We'll censor that.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, don't censor it.
Do you want her to be getting emails?
Who's gonna like if you have the audacity to listen to this and then to be like, I'm gonna email.
What did you watch when you were growing up?
What did I watch?
What was your Power Rangers?
What was my Power Rangers? Well, I mean, there's no one powered. I'm looking at your Power Rangers collection back here. There was no one who looked like that. No one who looked like they were motorbiking.
No one was doing it quite like them.
No, like Spider-Man or...
No.
X-Men or...
I feel like you grew up watching the news.
Yeah, I watched The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I was a Simpsons child. But what when I was tiny? The Tweenies, obviously. Big up, shout out to Milo,
Tweenies are
Max,
basically
Jake,
the
Fizz,
Power
and Bella.
Rangers.
Yeah, there's four of them. They wear different colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
That's true,
repeatedly commit the exact same mistakes and never learn from them, like the Power Rangers.
Yeah. It's hard to remember anything in this world. The Tarzan animated series. Love
Yeah,
that
you
shit.
pull the most random. I don't remember anything other than Tarzan the animated
Yeah,
series.
you watch Disney Channel. That's So Raven.
If you had Disney Channel, you would have had Jetix.
I don't know.
You were just avoiding her.
What is it?
That was where I would have watched like Teen Titans, Justice League, Power Rangers. There was also like Danny Phantom was on it for a bit, I think, even though he's like Nickelodeon. I think he was on it. I'm trying to remember the Jetix adverts because we used to burn Jetix onto DVDs.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yes, I watched that.
You watched that?
Yeah.
What was your childhood?
The Talismans.
And yet you don't remember a conversation we had the other
The
day.
Talismans. Yeah.
Adam, what have you been up to this week?
Or
since we just have you got anything you want to talk about? This is your time.
What did you get up to on Tuesday night?
Oh yeah, what did you get up to on Tuesday night? What did both of us unintentionally both go to on Tuesday night?
I went to a comedy night.
Oh my god, that sounds really fun and sick.
Sounds like the host would be awesome.
They're all right.
Sounds like his memory would be inconsistent, but he would be a lovely person.
That is bang on, to be fair.
I think, yeah. It was the Roasted Comedy Night at Rostra Cafe. If you're in Cardiff, hopefully it's still going whenever this comes out. It's been going a while now.
I think it's pretty solid, yeah. I think it'll be all right.
And you host it, obviously.
I do, that's me.
That's
the guy they were talking about a minute ago.
It's him the whole time. And you also run one that I went to on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That I was also running. That's a bit of fun comedy.
Yeah.
I can't do promo. I hate promo. Just fucking look me up.
It's because we all know what this is. So why are you saying it?
Well, because you set this up. I was like, Adam, what have you been up to? And you were like, oh, what a fun comedy night.
Yeah, because that's perfect, isn't it? For a podcast where you talk about what your week's been. We were all in the same space earlier in this week. Like, that's perfect. And it's also my thing, so that's...
And it was very fun.
Yeah.
It was a bloody lovely comedy night. I want to just jump into it. If we got anything we want to bring up?
Not particularly. I can go into 1986.
Yeah, what year are we in?
Oh, brilliant.
We're in 1986.
What a time.
You love history.
I have a history degree.
Do you remember anything that happened in 1986?
1986.
Let's see if we got any on my list.
Yeah, I can think of 1987 things, 1988 thing. 86 is a bit...
86 is a mystery. Well,
it's a bit of a
luckily,
bum year.
I've got some things.
Brilliant.
So, a segment within the segment, which we seem to be doing, is what was Margaret Thatcher up to that year?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we've been following her.
This year, she opened the M25.
Hell yeah.
Is that a rare W for or Maggie T?
The M25's not a W.
I think that's why it's so bad, is because she cursed it upon opening.
Can I just add some lore as a city planner? There was actually meant to be 3 M25s.
That's 75 M's.
There's meant to be 2 inner rings within the M25.
To what end?
To what end? So they have 3 rings, man.
What?
They wanted to get as far as the Olympics, 5 rings.
See, I don't know enough about city planning to know if this is a bit.
More rings, the more cars, the more fun.
Okay, I also can't drive.
That's what they said in 1986. They were like, if we could get fucking 3 rings on this bad boy.
And then they said more fun, and Margaret went, fun?
She was like, shut this project down. Yeah.
Channel Tunnel was announced.
Announced. Isn't it mad, right? They announced the Channel Tunnel in 1986. In 1995, they were shaking hands with French people. In the tunnel, I should say.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
The completed tunnel.
So there is something kind of beautiful about the Channel Tunnel, but also it's kind of boring as fuck.
Yeah.
You can't see the fish.
I was so gutted when I went on the school trip in year 8 and Mr. Nunn was like, first person to see a fish gets a bag of sweets. I was there. Never saw a thing.
I think it would have taken longer if it was a glass tunnel.
Yeah, they do it in Bristol Zoo.
Yeah, they
you
could
see
just
the penguins swimming over.
Make it a bit bigger.
Yeah.
This is why you need to become a city planner again.
Yeah.
This is the kind of ideas you were bringing.
James hiring. Fish tunnel. Come on, guys.
Fish tunnel.
Let's plan it.
Challenger.
Oh, I should have got that.
You should have got that.
Hand on heart.
Chernobyl.
God, bad year. Rough time.
Rough year. We are no longer at war with the Netherlands.
See, there's been a lot of warring going on.
Yeah, so we were at war for about 200 years with the Netherlands.
By accident.
Because they kind of forgot to sign the peace treaty.
Oh.
But there'd been no active war. But in 1986, they finally were like, should we officially end this nonsense?
Yeah.
Given that literally everyone who could have possibly been alive at the start is dead now. Yeah. Should we wrap it up?
It's mad that they could just move on to other things, though. Isn't that beautiful that we could be in the middle of a war and then just people are less people are warring, and then it's just do you know, should we go to war today? Oh, I can't be asked.
There's something kind of beautiful about a war just losing steam. It's like, no one really cares about this war we've got going on.
People who were born.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that tracks.
Lady Gaga.
Not same age.
Lindsay Lohan.
Different age again.
And Jenna Coleman.
None of those 4 people were born at the same time. I strongly disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
that is
weird,
mad.
isn't it?
That is truly mad.
Entertainment news. Catchphrase starts. The best game show that could ever happen.
Like that would have been older.
Same. I was thinking that's 60s. Casualty.
God, they're still going, aren't they? It's still the only possible film job for anyone living in Wales.
The film Labyrinth.
I've never seen Labyrinth.
It's weird.
Is that the one where there's a big penis? And they had to get a prop to hide.
He has a name.
I don't care for his name.
Is there a big penis?
I think David Bowie famously has a really big penis. They had to build a cup to hide it because it's a kid's film. And in the first few takes, they were like, "Oh my god."
And that's all I've got. That's all I've got for 1986. Quite a quiet year compared to 1985.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to top in many
really
ways.
is.
Everything had happened.
But 1987, that's where it's
87 is going to be a big one. You guys, I envy you. It's going to be exciting.
Should we call you up? Get your expert opinion on 1987.
Yeah, the 87 election, I'll be here. I'll tell you about Neil Kinnock.
No, spoilers.
Oh,
Spoilers. I'm not there yet. I've got a year yet. Now, normally, at this time in the podcast, we would play some games that are about the episode we're about to watch. But, Joe, as you mentioned, you run a podcast called Who's Your Daddy Really?
Yeah.
It's all about dads. So I've made you a special Sentai Dad quiz.
God. Yay!
So, I'm going to describe kind of a relationship between a ranger and their father, and a scene that shows their relationship. You just need to tell me what happens next.
I just like the phrase between a ranger and their father.
Ranger and their father, yeah. So there'll be options. There'll be 4 options for each question. Okay. It starts in Series 2 because there are no dads in Series 1. In Series 2, the Pink Ranger is a police officer, and her father is, I think, chief of police, or just another police officer. I'm not 100% on that one.
Nepo baby.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this show. Over dinner, he tells her that he's very excited to retire, and he's so proud of her for following in his footsteps. In the next scene, does he A, get shot by a normal human, B, get eaten by a weird slug man, C, die in a car crash, or D, retire?
Well, you'd hope it would be retire, but I'm going to say slug.
Sadly, he dies in a car crash. The Pink Ranger's also in the car. It falls off an overpass, lands on the top, explodes, and she gets out. It's like, Dad, no!
Oh. That was the one I was like, well, Harry's made that up because that's not as exciting as Slugman.
No, but you don't understand how big the car crash was. And also, for a superhero show about fighting monsters, to be like, nah, car crash.
Yeah.
Seemingly unrelated to anything plot-wise. Wow. In Series 3, the Pink Ranger is a spy for America, and her father is a very important figure in either the CIA or FBI. I can't quite remember which one. He tells her he'll be flying home to America soon, and he's very proud of her for following in his footsteps. In the next scene, does he A, get kidnapped by rat men, B, get poisoned by an umbrella man, C, reveal that he's actually the main villain, or D, fly home to America safely?
I like the umbrella again. The umbrella seems more fun.
Correct. He was poisoned by an umbrella man, who at the time is disguised as a woman. She stabs him in the neck with an umbrella. Then later in the episode just becomes a big weird umbrella man. It's like, it was me the whole time.
Is that like a reference? Because didn't someone get murdered by an umbrella once?
Maybe.
Famously.
In life.
Yeah, they put rice in on the tip of an umbrella and they put it in it.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah. It's an insane thing for a children's TV show to reference. Crazy. That is what's kind of going on.
Remember that guy?
In Series 4, the Pink Ranger is playing tennis with her coach. He's not, I don't know if he's her dad, but he's got father figure energy.
Sure.
He says she's doing very well at tennis at the moment and he's very proud of her. In the next moment, not even next scene, does he A, get kidnapped by rat men, B, get struck by lightning, C, have a heart attack, or D, continue to happily play tennis?
I like heart attack. I think it's really funny to just be tennis coach and then be like, you're great at tennis, man.
I gotta argue it's even better because they're playing tennis. A portal opens in the sky, he gets struck by lightning and burns to death in front of her.
Oh my God.
And this never addressed again, does not come up.
Jeez.
Okay, last one now. Also in Series 4, the Green Ranger is a police officer and his dad is chief of police. Can you tell this show reuses plot lines a lot?
They do a lot of the same things, yeah. Is he going to say he's really proud of the Green Ranger and you've done a great job being Ranger? Or
Well, we'll have to see. Also, all of these have been in Episode 1, by the way. I forgot to mention all of these are in the pilot. So yeah, he's a cop and his dad's chief of police. The two find a weird alien rock egg thing. Seemingly unprompted, his father tells him that he's very proud of it. In the next scene, does he A, get absorbed by the egg, B, get kidnapped by rat men, C, get killed by a flying squirrel, or D, live happily ever after?
Okay, rat men's come up a lot, so I feel like it's time to pick rat men.
Sadly, he's killed by a flying squirrel. There's a monster who's called Flying Squirreler, and I think he bites the dad.
Damn.
So the two scenes Dad has is, hey, you're my cop son and I'm proud of you. Avenge me, cop son! And then at the end of the episode, they kill the flying squirrel and the Ranger's like, I avenged you, Dad. End of Episode 1.
It's so that's all you need to do to avenge him is kill that flying squirrel.
I think so. And I think that character wasn't in the last episode, so I think he was just kind of done.
It didn't seem like a whole plot for a series.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this show.
Okay.
So there's a lot of that. What series are we watching? What are we watching? What's this time?
Shoshinsei Flashman.
Oh, you were on Flashman.
Flashman.
Does that mean anything? Does that ring any bells?
No!
Funnily enough, neither does it. It doesn't for me either.
Shoshinsei translates as supernova.
Ooh.
Do you have any expectations based on knowing nothing about this show?
I've seen the Power Rangers for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes. I've seen about a 5-minute segment of it once. I think maybe you showed it to me in work, Adam. I think you just were like, check this out.
Such an incredible vibe that you had at
There must have
work.
been a reason.
Yeah, it was like, it's a funny bit or something. Or maybe I've seen it on TV. I don't know. I know them. I remember seeing one and they were like, we've got a pink one now. And I was like, oh, they got a pink one now.
They've truly always had a pink one.
Well, I
love
know.
that
I always
energy.
knew there was a pink one. But then this episode was like, here's the pink one. She's on the team. And she's a girl one. So that's a bit different. Bit exciting.
I think that is actually so the energy the Power Rangers had.
Yeah.
This was actually a girl one, so it's actually different. Should we? What's episode 1?
Hurry! Exclamation mark. Save Earth. Truly the
Save
vaguest title we've got.
Is that not what they're doing every week?
That's what I would say.
You think so? Sometimes they're just kind of around. Should we watch it?
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Let's watch it. Okay, so we're back. It's nice to have a show that asks the question, what if there was no audience in, and they just see if you can figure it out. Before we go into the recap, general thoughts, Joe?
Well, I think the vibe of watching the show felt very much like an open book test. We like crazy unhinged things would happen, and then we'd be like scribbling our notes down. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was good. And like sometimes you guys would write a note, and I was like, oh yeah, me too. Yeah, that or whatever that was.
So my notes normally end up being like a beat for beat recap of the whole thing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
as soon as a crazy thing happens, there's a new one. I'm like, I need to write down the last one, or that will be gone.
My first note is it's in Japanese.
Yes. Were you not aware that was going to be happening?
Not really.
It's fun to... Because I am bad at explaining things, you're bad at remembering things, so I don't know which one of us is at fault for that.
No, it's Japanese, but I was like, whoa, this thing's like in Japanese. You know what I mean? Like this.
Let's think, like, and the subtitles were done by a fan, so it could be a completely different show, and they've
Wow.
just mistranslated it to fuck with us. But as far as we know,
Just gotta trust it and hope.
this one... So should we go from the top?
I just, generally as a vibe, I do like that it is different.
This one isn't like every other one we've watched, but in a way that I'm like, this is interesting.
Yes.
What's different about it?
So most first episodes this far have been villain arrives, the 5 characters are just normal people on Earth, and one by one they get recruited, then
Right.
they get handed all their toys,
Yeah.
play with all their toys in front of the bad guys, big robot comes down, they win.
Okay.
We have watched like 8 or 9 of those exact episodes.
Yeah.
Well, what I would say, what I just saw is exactly what you just described. You're like, whoa, it's so different, guys. Like, what happened in the episode? They were there, but they were in space.
They
So-
were in space.
They
This
came
time
from space
they
this time.
kind of already had everything. We just didn't get told that in any
Yeah.
way, other than they were like, now we'll use this thing. I'm like, okay, so you've got that thing, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or something that's different right from the beginning. Before the intro music, we get arguably most of the plot.
Yeah, right? We get
in
told.
one line. So it starts off and it says, abducted and taken to the edge of the universe. 20 years later, these 5 Earth children are ready. That's the plot of this show.
Yeah.
That is the only time that is said. And then the intro music starts.
And look, I'm fine with it, because when else would they have said it? Without being like to the people who also know what's going on, and be like, hey, remember when we were abducted 20 years ago?
Or you could like show it.
You could. Or
I
you
think
put it
you've
there.
forgotten the show don't tell rule
It's
of
going to be a bit like, hey, sis, remember when we were abducted all those years ago? How many years was it now? 20?
no, but you can do because I almost feel like they filmed the scene and they cut it because we're going to see some weird flower people later. I'm like, did they kidnap them? Who are these guys? So you could just show them like taking a baby, then 20 years later, and we're seeing the planets. That's
Yeah.
like the simplest way of doing it. But like, no, we'll tell you now. Theme song, and I feel like every episode's probably going to start with that.
You got to really hammer in the plot because the kids don't know.
Kids don't know, but also it's like, I hope you didn't start watching literally 3 seconds in, or you don't know what's happening.
I got it, and I didn't see that bit of text.
You didn't see that bit of text?
No.
You literally from the go weren't paying attention.
I was writing notes, and then you can't be expected to read and write at the same time.
That is part of the difficulty of this show.
Yeah.
That's why we like having guest songs. That means there's an extra person who might catch something we miss when we're writing. Yeah. So yeah, the intro, normal intro, nothing particularly of note there.
I liked the bit in the intro when the guy did the electric shock dance.
They've gone really funky with the character intros this week. When they've got they do the little bit to camera, and then we see a montage of things they do. Because they're alien, they're like, what if they were weird and quirky?
What if they could fly? Well, not fly, just sort of hover.
What if they could do the least interesting version of flying? So as most series start, a spaceship is coming to Earth. Unlike most series, it starts sucking up the city.
Yeah.
It's like UFO. It's like a big circle, big saucer, big hole opens up and just starts sucking up the city. This doesn't come back. The ship does, but I don't know why they did that, because they then start playing a montage of found footage of animals, and they're like, yes, our studies are showing us this.
I really liked the compilation of clips of because it would be like a clip of some geese flying away, and then it would be like a bank of sort of hotels. It looked like the bit on Catchphrase, when you go to the winner's circle, and then the voiceover goes get your suntan lotion because you're going to the Isle of Lesbos.
It's so that energy, and it's all the villains yes, this will be the perfect planet to invade. And it's
them. They're running, they're flying, they're swimming.
Yeah, he's literally doing that. But it's wildebeest running, there's fish swimming, and then it's just a guy parachuting. I'm like, what? That's not a thing we can naturally do.
That is something you can do on the Isle of Lesbos, though. Yeah. It does make sense,
They are watching a holiday package.
Yeah.
Be this would be a lovely place to invade. But to be fair, I would love that character trope in this show, that they do have a villain invasion channel, but it seems to be they sucked up a bit of dirt in the city and now they know all this stuff.
But can they be sure that paraglider person isn't an animal? They might think the paraglider is...
Are they going to be devastated when they finally abduct a human? Okay, so how do you shoot that big pack out of your back? And that's not... We don't do that. Why did you think we did? We sucked up some dirt and it said that you could.
Do we want to run through the roster of villains now?
I don't have many of the names, so if you've got them...
I have... Well, I don't have the names. I can get the names because they did that thing again where they show us text on screen.
They show us all the names in one go, even though most of the characters don't do anything this week. But I know...
There was 12 villains. I was not keeping
They
track.
just kept showing up.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that all 12 of them will still be alive at the end, because I think that happened last series. But I know the guy who's watching the presentation is Great Dr. Lee. They're still in their doctors are a cool thing phase.
His name is Great Dr. Lee Kopflen.
I missed Kopflen.
Is he the one who was like the Wizard of Oz and he was going... Dun, 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 dun,
oh, we'll get to his little organ. He's maybe one of my favourites. I love his vibe.
Yeah, so there's Lee Kopflen, who is the main guy who is they're running, they're flying.
Lee Kopflen is your German colleague. That's not a
well, it's got the O with the two little dots on it, so maybe he is.
So he is German.
Wolk and Kilt.
Wolk and Kilt. I remember Kilt.
Who are two, furry ladies.
So, have you seen the musical Cats?
Yeah.
They're in exactly that costume.
They're doing an Andrew Lloyd Webber compilation.
This is musicals week. It's weird.
Yeah, those cats were mean, though.
Oh,
Kitty's got claws. Yeah, Wolk was funny.
There's Lee Wanda, who is a big winged guy with an Elvis hair.
He's like a weird Elvis impersonator who's trying to be David Bowie. It's if you had an Elvis impersonator who then tried to branch out into his own career, he's I don't like his energy. And I don't like that some of them are Lee and La and some of them just aren't.
Yeah.
Some of them are just single names.
Yeah, it was a bit like Le Derp or whatever. Meme.
And there's Lee Nafel, she's the one who's half in leopard print.
Yeah,
she's... And half in cyborg armour.
The cameraman kept zooming in on every time she did something. He was just it's yeah, we get it. There's a pretty lady, okay.
Well, she's the one with the big whip that whips all the boys. So I think maybe there was something going on there.
And I believe that's all of them. There's also...
no, there's...
Oh, yeah. Legal.
Because it's a bit out of order. There's a bit where they're all introducing themselves, and they're like, "I'm LeSuede, I'm Kilt," and everyone goes, "Huh," and the subtitles like, "I'm Gur." It's like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they all work for Emperor LeSuede, which is how I've written on it, and I think is right. He's like, we need to find a planet with the best starting off points so we can make the best creatures, which I think the last 4 villain groups have been trying to do.
Yeah.
They love evolution at the minute.
They're in the evolution era.
80s was big for evolution, I guess. I don't know. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna start grabbing some guys and we'll sort it out. Cut to Planet Flash. So this was kind of exciting then really disappointing. So they establish alien planets that are the same as like last series, where it's clearly a studio with some dirt in it that they've painted one color.
Yes.
Well, I think this is all the footage we're going to get of these planets. So the Rangers each have their own planet that they live on.
Yes, which is color-coded.
Because of course it is. I wrote down alien stuff. So like yellow is just like floating a little bit off the ground, and pink's floating a little bit more off the ground. Like, oh, you had one idea for alien things they could be doing.
And blue's doing some rock climbing.
Blue's doing some rock climbing. They do the thing that Sentai does well, which I quite like, where it's like, we don't need to show you everything. So it's like, yellow is floating around, then blue flies down, and it's like, we gotta go, Jin's called us for a meeting. Then we get the exact same thing of green picking up pink, and then they all fly to Planet Flash, which I think is Red Guy's planet. And he's like...
He's the leader.
He's the boss guy. We don't get any characterization for any of them this week, so he's the one in the middle. So he's the boss. So he's driving, they're flying, and they're like, Jin, what's going on? And he's like, the bad guys have gotten back to Earth. It's time to go. We've not skipped context. That's what we get. They're like, well, we obviously can't get back to Earth, stupid. That's been established off screen. So he's like, don't worry, I've found a cool hangar. And they go to the cool hangar, like, great, we can get back to Earth now. And I'm like, is this part 2? And we've missed part 1.
Oh.
What did you think?
I was not picked. Because that makes sense why like that molester bot came in, sort of started molesting them.
Yeah, we'll get to molester. He's around the corner.
Yeah.
Because they find this weird hangar, and he's like, yeah, we can go back to Earth now. And then there's a voice that's like, you're not allowed to be in here, Jin, get out of here. And then we cut to a screen, and there's 2 like aliens, but they're in like white suits that are kind of flowery, and they're all like, no, Jin, don't go, we'll miss you, Jin, don't go. And then he turns it off, and that's the only time we see those characters.
Do you think we'll get a flashback to Planet Flash at any point?
Whoa.
I hope we do some stuff with Planet Flash, but I also wouldn't put it past the show for them to be like, that's enough context. That's what we need. They're aliens, you don't care. The rest of the show might entirely be on Earth.
They're humans, aren't they?
They're humans, yeah.
They went to Planet Flash.
But they've spent their entire lives on alien planets. They've never been to Earth. So I'd argue we do actually need to know a bit about those planets, other than their colour. That's all we get.
Yeah. But I didn't pick up that they'd like stolen the place, the plane that they were using.
Oh yeah. So it seems like he's stealing the big rocket, but the problem is we don't know who from. We don't know who these people are. As far as we know, these are 5 people who are the only 5 on these 5 planets, except for these flower people. We know nothing about what's going on.
I think a lot of the first few scenes didn't really go into my head. I was just like, whoa, you guys are obviously veterans of this.
I think the first like sensory attack, we've built a defense to. So now we can be like, wait, this makes no sense. But this is clearly meant for a child. They're like, look, alien yellow planet, don't worry about the plot, it's not relevant.
Earlier on when you were saying about like when I was describing that episode of Power Rangers, and you were like, oh, is that like 5-year-olds playing? Like the plot is basically like 5-year-olds going, and then and then yeah.
And I get in a big rocket. I'm not supposed to be in the big rocket, but I'm in the big rocket, and I go back home to Earth. It's like, why didn't we just start on Earth then? What are we doing?
Yeah, no one's yes-handed. They're like, oh yeah, you're not allowed in that rocket actually. No, and I am, and then I go. And I
Yeah, because he's just like, no, I'm just going to turn it on and fly it. And they're like, well, okay then. So I've called him Grabby Robot Man.
I called him the Molesterbot 5000.
That's kind of the edit.
He came in with his hands like dillying. What do you call that?
Dillying.
His hands were dillying.
They're in the cockpit of the ship, and then this like, I can't think of a robot that looks like
yeah,
this.
what the fuck is that?
The smile robots from Doctor Who, kind of.
Yeah, but more bulbous.
Like, if they were, like, a lot fatter. But one of them, he comes in, and he's, like, twiddling his fingers, and he's just, like, very slowly moving, and they all, like, this is a cool-looking robot.
He looks a bit like in WALL-E, WALL-E's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He could be like her granddad.
Yeah, he's like, he's Mark 1, she's Mark
Yeah.
30 or something. They really refined that design. But he starts going in the most, like, guy doing a robot voice, like, you are not allowed on this ship. And then they just loop. They clearly just got that one line. They just replay it over, and he's like, you are not allowed on this ship. Intruders will be shot.
And then he just
shoots
like, 1 second, he's just like, pew,
No
pew,
warning.
pew.
Yeah, you don't get a chance to. He's just like, by the way, I'm going to shoot you now, and then he shoots them. And they kind of like bounce around because they're floaty people. It's not like their planets are floaty; they are floaty.
Yeah, so they must have gone to these planets as children and then inherited floatiness.
Because it's not like they all have different powers. They're all just a bit floaty, but Pink's way floatier.
Yeah. Well, Pink can only seem to do it when she's like in that sat down position.
She does like, and I'm going to say this in the most like English version of the word, karate pose. So like arms out, legs in, and then she'll like float around a bit. But they're all like floating around the ship, and the robot's just like spinning around, shooting everything possible.
Yeah.
Then
but then the girl goes, oh, and then she sees there's a giant red button on the robot.
Yeah, the Yellow Ranger.
Well, as we'll get to later, Yellow's good at finding things.
Wait, should we? I've got the names of all the characters.
Because we've not been told, so this is as good a time as any.
Red is Jin.
Yeah.
Green is Dai. Blue is Bun. Yellow is Sarah, and pink is Lou.
Are any of those names colours? They don't.
No.
No.
They're just names.
They're like, to be fair, other than Sarah, those are like names that are human but could be like kind of fun and alien-y. Like they're short 3-letter names, but then you've also got Sarah there.
Yeah.
They like to give one of the girls an English name. I like that
always.
seems to be a weird, consistent thing with the show.
Yeah, so Sarah notices the big red button on the robot, and she's like, she shouts over to the guys to do something about that. And I'm like, Sarah,
You could do it.
You could do it.
Boys, can you do the fighting, please? I'm in the background.
The boys, why were the boys not like, yeah, the red button? Come on, man. They were like, whoa, revelation.
Do you want to describe what pressing the red button does?
I don't remember.
Okay, because they they fuck this robot up. They go up, they press the red button, a CD comes out, and he shuts down, and they're like,
I did write that down.
oh, all of his evil was on this floppy disk, and they just like drop it on the floor.
Which, first of all, not a floppy disk.
Then Green punches his head off for good measure. It's like,
my favourite bit was when they picked him up like he just won the Super Bowl.
just pick him up, start spinning him around like, you've turned him off, you've won.
They had him on their shoulders like, for he's a jolly good fella. Like pour the Gatorade on him.
Yeah, they're doing that, and then we just cut back to the bad guys. Like, okay, so we're done with whatever the good guys are up to for now.
This is my favourite scene, I think.
This is up there for my favourite thing we've watched so far. So it's Dr. Lee. Do you want to describe what Dr. Lee's up to?
He's playing the organ.
He absolutely is playing an organ.
He's making his own organs as well, it seems.
Oh, someone wrote that down.
No, I didn't actually write that down. I thought
well
it just now because I'm
That's
smart.
lovely.
Thank you.
So he's doing some DNA sequencing, but the setup, like his computer panel, is an organ.
Kind of like a plexiglass organ with tubes.
Yeah, looks like the kind of thing you see in Techniquest.
I wrote down most Techniquest thing I've ever seen. But also, this is scored by organ music. So what we're watching is a villain like giving him codes to put in, and then he has like eyes closed, fingers going like dun 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 dun, dun on his organ.
With just the main bad guy being like, B42.
Yeah.
Legs 11.
Yeah.
2 fat ladies.
He's fully doing that. And then he's like so into it.
He's so the face is so intense.
Because every series we get one actor who's like, I'm gonna have as much fun as I can, and he's like, right, just make it look like you're pressing buttons on the computer. And he's like, that's an organ. I'm playing my heart out on this. And this goes on, not for like that long, but for longer than you'd expect.
A while.
It could have gone on for longer, honestly. I would have been.
It could be the whole episode. We've been happy. But the villain, the main villain, the whole time is just saying like B4, C8. This goes on for so long, and he's still just saying numbers, and then all of this creates a big ball with cables coming out of it.
It creates the BioBlender,
and then they put it into the BioBlender, and they go shh.
Yeah, he pulls out a little canister and he's like, "This is his heart," and he puts it in the ball.
He shoves it up his ass.
He does shove it up the guy's ass. Well done, Joe. And doing that turns him into like an elephant guy.
Yeah.
This is not a good alien design. I didn't like him.
He looked scary. He looked like he had like an open head full of red balls.
Yeah, it's like he was like being peeled.
Yeah.
He did look
a half-peeled tangerine.
Yeah.
He reminded me of, and this is going to be a fun little full circle moment, of there's an episode of Tarzan the Animated Series where his elephant friend gets angry and he turns red and he's a red elephant.
And this, maybe that was inspired by this guy.
Could be.
His name was...
I didn't get his name.
I think I got it later.
Oh, wait. Barnabas?
Oh, yeah.
Barabos.
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 Barabos the boba elephant is born. He kind of is.
Oh my god, it is!
It is boba texture. Then the villain's like, Labo fighters launch.
And this is where I lost some hope.
So we've had many episodes where like they'll just send little fighters to blow things up for a bit.
Right.
But normally they're fighting the military. So normally Earth is like fighting back. So we'll get like a scene of soldiers and planes being blown up and then killed. This time it's just civilians. So there's like 2 minutes of just the bad guys punching normal people and blowing up buildings.
It's really funny. They were screaming a lot. There's the bit where they did the like jump cuts of like the guys screaming and flying through the air, but like it kept going. Like different bits of him flying through the air. So he's just like, why did they do that?
And as well, I don't know if we've told you this whole episode was dubbed. So every episode was dubbed after the fact. So they could have just done one long scream, but they didn't do that.
Because it's different shots of him flying. It's like they did 5 takes and they were like, we love all these.
We actually want them. Yeah. You could just be flying for a while.
Yeah.
And they launch these weird like tripod things.
Oh, I hate
They
them.
suck.
No, but I hate them because they make me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, right.
Because they remind me a bit of War of the Worlds.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
They
And
got
I
major that
hated
vibe.
those tripods. Yeah, they're kind of trundling around with like a big eye that's sticking out of them. And I just don't like them.
Yeah, they're grim.
Or do you like the little men?
The little men,
The little red men
the
are gross.
Zoras.
So, as I was trying to
You've got
describe...
so much information out of that show. It's crazy.
I was trying to write down their vibe, but every time I wrote a word down, a different element of them got described.
They were like
freaky.
Ant-Man. They were
So-
a little bit
Yeah.
like Ant-Man. He used to dress in red and they had like little teeth on the sides of their mouth.
Because I wrote down little red jazz band bug guys.
The key to this scene where all the civilians are being mauled to death and thrown over walls is they're playing like like complete circus music.
And they've got like spider mouths.
Yeah.
They shoot out silly string that when it lands on you, you disintegrate.
Yes.
So it's like...
See, I thought because the disintegration energy was going down, I thought they were going to turn them into bugs.
Oh, that would make some kind of sense.
But then it never cut to anything on the floor, so I was like, oh, they're just being shrunk down into dust, I guess.
So you get this wonderful shot of a bunch of civilians running while clearly off camera is just a bunch of guys with silly string and just spraying it at them and they're all like, ah, no. And it takes like a while for the Rangers to show up. I like how long we get to watch this. Barabos starts shooting his balls from his brain. He like shoots the boba out of his head and blows up some people. And then the heroes arrive. After the death count is in the hundreds.
They've come from a long way away, though. They were from the Flashosphere or whatever.
They come from Planet Flash, which
Yeah.
is...
the Flash system.
In fairness, they did say the edge
sorry.
of the universe, so
Yeah, come some
I
slack.
should give them some slack.
Do they arrive? What do they arrive in? Do they arrive in the big spaceship?
Well, they've got... So we don't see the big spaceship, but we see their little ships from earlier, which we did see them park in the big spaceship.
Yeah.
So that actually kind of makes sense. But we just get another plane fight, and I don't like the plane fights. They
It's
can't.
because they're cardboard.
They just cardboard planes flying around, and we cut to an
It
explosion.
reminded me a lot of. I didn't say this in the shows that I used to watch as a kid, but I watched a lot of Thunderbirds as a kid, and it felt like they put real people in Thunderbirds. That's what
Yeah.
this show is basically.
This is so much of this is Thunderbirds coded, but Thunderbirds was fun. This I don't know. To be fair, they can do a lot more with the ship. They've got way more movement with the ships this time around. Like they're like swinging them around a lot more, but it is still like I don't care.
No, that's not why we're here.
And they do it for like a while before the bad guys are like, wait a minute, someone's fighting us. I'm like, yeah, we did it for like a minute. Pay attention. In another case of this show being like, you'll figure it out, Red goes, we've returned to defeat you. We vowed revenge on you 20 years ago. When you were born?
Yeah.
When you were babies? What? I don't know the relation between the bad guys and the good guys.
Yeah.
Because they didn't kidnap them and take... Or maybe they did.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they put them on Planet Flash and then a new bunch of aliens looked after them who were the flower people. But we don't get to find any of that out. What this show needs is one human character to be there so we can have someone who also doesn't know. And we can be like, cool, we'll find out with them. But everyone here knows what's going on. So I'm watching a conversation between 5 good guys and 5 bad guys where I don't really get it, but they're all like, oh, you're those guys, that's fine then. Like, who are those guys? What do you mean? We then get a fight with the Rangers, and in fairness, I do quite like this. They just get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
They get beat up so bad at first.
They get silly stringed.
There's a great bit where, to do like the drama, they're just narrowly avoiding death. There's just a shot of Yellow front flipping while there's silly string going everywhere. I'm like, this isn't cool. It's not impressive.
Yeah, it's just because it just is silly string.
Yeah.
They just bought some silly string and I was like, that'll do.
Yeah, we don't need to do anything with it to make it look cool. But they do that for a little bit. This wire work is bad. Like,
It's so obvious they're just dangling.
because they're floaty. It's not like they're
Is
doing
this-
a big jump. They are like in midair and then they'll like zoom backwards.
Yeah.
Is this when they've become the Power Rangers?
They're still
yet.
the guys
Oh,
for
so-
now.
okay.
So this is when Blue does a bit more rock climbing because we had that established earlier.
I think as well because they're not, especially for Pink when she does her little hovering movement, they're filming it in such a wide shot that it's not interesting. Like, it doesn't make it look cool. It just makes it look ridiculous. And I'm obsessed with her.
Especially when she's losing the flight because she's like zooming around bad guys who just wait for her to land and they beat her up. Blue gets whipped by the BDSM one. They all get beat up a bit and they all land in a pit. And I'm like, oh, this is when they'll get their powers. But no, Red's like, oh, should we all use our powers then? And they're like, oh, yeah, we should do that. I'm like, okay, so they've got that. They do.
They just thought like, oh, it wouldn't be fair to like go straight in with the powers. Like, we'll do a bit of rubbish first.
In fairness, I did complain last series because in the first fight, the villain shows up. They get their big gun, blow him up, and don't fight him. So I'm like, okay, at least this time they're doing some fighting.
Yeah.
They do Prism Flash and they morph.
My favourite bit is when they all individually shut their goggles.
So normally,
10-second sequence where they go, shut goggles. And then I was like, okay, they shut the goggles. Like, why? Let's just do that together, guys. Come on.
so we do the individual morphing, and normally, yeah, they just kind of flash and they've got their costume on. This time they flash, they've got their costume on. We get an X-ray of a bit of it, then a close-up on their face, and their goggles are up, and they go, shut goggle, and then the goggle goes down. But they do that for all 5
times.
And it's the classic thing of when they do things after like 5 in a row, it can be cool, but when there's any like step to it, I'm like, Pink, come on.
Come on, get it together.
Red shut his goggles 30 seconds ago. Catch up.
What do you think of the suits?
I like the suits. I think these are quite fun. It's weird. I think after, is it Bioman was the one that Hamsterban watched?
Yeah.
After that one, they were like, oh, this series did well. We'll just do like a slightly different version of that. And I think it's still kind of chunkiest chest with like a helmet.
Yeah. I think these are my favourite so far. It's like the black stripe down the side. I think it's quite
nice. Like I do like these ones. I think they're not. Yeah, they might be my favourite. So I do really like Jacka. They're quite shit, but they're playing card.
Well, Jacka, I feel like is like camp great.
Yeah. Those are favourite, these are best.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
And the helmets, they're kind of like... What's the vibe of it? Like a little racing helmet?
Yeah, they've got kind of Formula One energy to them.
With the goggle, with a giant
With
goggle.
shot goggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like they had like sort of jewels around the inside of the goggles. I don't know if you guys
Yeah, there's
saw
like little details in it, which
Yeah.
they have not really been doing. It's kind of been like, just they are the colour that they are with a bit of white on it. These are like detailed.
And you know what? The women don't have skirts.
They don't, which is nice.
They just
Nice
have white
change.
legs.
It was the 80s.
They've kind of
things were
got
changing.
like a built-in bodysuit.
Yeah.
A drawn-on swimming costume.
Which, in fairness, they have had them just in swimming costumes before.
Yes.
So this is an improvement. They do the Power Rangers thing of the explosion behind them in their colours, but they didn't use much of the coloured gas. So it's just kind of this horrible blended mess behind
Brown.
them. It's just kind of like a brown burst behind them, which you never want.
No one wants a brown burst behind them.
No, especially not when you're new suits.
Yeah, and you're in a morph suit. You don't want a brown burst.
Yeah, that's awful. So they get their weapons by they shoot a beam out of their head and then they're holding the weapons. Red has his big sword.
That was really fun. I like that.
I like his sword.
He was waving that thing
guys.
around.
Yeah.
Did he hit anybody with? No. Just waving.
But no, because he waves it around nothing, and then we cut to a shot of the bad guys, the colour inverts and they're dead.
Yeah.
So he clearly did something to them.
Yeah, you did a lot.
Green gets boxing gloves. Blue,
Yeah, that's cool.
Blue becomes
ball.
he goes ball mode.
Yeah.
So like, instead of
It's into a marble and starts rolling down.
He does.
Let's go.
just because all four of the other ones get an item, he just becomes a
He
ball.
is the item.
Ball
like-
is item.
You're in a different show. You've got a different vibe. Yellow has batons, which are quite fun because
I've written coffee stirrers.
she does
Oh,
kind of
they
have
are.
coffee stirrers. But it's fun because she has like quite a, kind of pathetic ones, but she does like Daredevil style, like beating people with the sticks. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
And my favourite,
Well, of course, these are your favorite.
the prison boots.
Prison boots.
Jet boots.
Yeah, Pig just like
She's just gonna float a little bit, like, they're like 6 foot in the air, just go. Ooh.
and then she does it's called like Prism Stomp, but she's like, while floating, they just cut to like a JPEG of her that they slowly spin in a loop to loop, and they cut to all the bad guys exploding. I'm like,
I think it's like the same shot of the guy with red when he just like cuts
Yeah.
through them,
Yeah.
it just goes inverted and then they're dead. I think my favorite note of all that I've written in the whole show, this scene reminded me of you know how the Teletubbies have their little items. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Poe has the scooter, and they're like Lala
Yeah.
ball.
Lala goes ball mode.
Yeah,
Oh my
Lala
God.
goes go.
If they had given the Pink Ranger Tinky Winky's fucking handbag,
Yeah.
I would have lost it.
I mean, she's the last series 1. She had a mirror, so like it would track. And what I love is they've all got these little things, and then when Barabas comes out, they all bring out the biggest gun you've ever seen.
Rez was insane. Like, he could barely hold it up.
And like it looks like it's made of cardboard, but it's still heavy because there's so much cardboard on it. Then they stick all the guns together, and right, this is maybe my favorite like Ranger moment. They're all 5 of them.
yes.
They stick their big guns together, and they do the Power Rangers thing. They cut to like a black void while they're charging up their gun. They are staring directly at Barabas. A little visor shoots out the side of the gun, and then Red's like, "Yellow, search!" And she like looks through the visor, sees a close up of the big monsters, like, "Yellow, search!" And then they blow him up. Like I was like, are they gonna look for a weakness or like a gap in the armor? She's like, "He's there.
There he
Get
is.
him." They blow him up.
There he is.
Yeah.
Sarah's doing the Lord's work, honestly. They would never have found him.
Yeah, they're just like, "Oh, we've gone to the black void. We don't know where he went." All the other bad guys run away. He doesn't get
He
big.
doesn't get big.
We don't get Megazord this week.
I felt like we were running a bit long.
And I'll be honest, bit of a relief.
Oh, thank God.
I don't need it this time. I don't need one every week.
No.
What do you mean he gets big?
So normally they blow up. I feel like we've not prepared you for what you watched. Normally they blow up the monster, then the monster comes back as a giant monster,
Oh.
then they get in the big Megazord giant Robo,
Oh, yeah.
and then they kill him. And it's always quite
They
boring.
just jump in the Great Megazord Giant Robo, I see.
You saw the giant Robo in the next week on.
Oh, yeah.
I forget that.
Next week's episode is called like, Look Out Giant Robo.
Sorry, I think it's called "Did You See That?" A giant Robo.
And I did.
And I kind of wish we were watching episode 2 now. But yeah, they don't go into big robot. It was quite nice. Then we get what is clearly the setup for the series, where they're looking out and they're like, God, it's so lovely to be on Earth. Do you think our parents are here? Then Red's like, don't you bring up our parents. We promised we'd never talk about our parents.
I missed that bit because I was writing down the entire quote of, they play like cheesy 80s music and they're just looking out into the vista of the ocean. They say, somewhere under this big blue sky, our mother and fathers are here, eh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Jane is like, shut the fuck up.
We said we wouldn't talk about it. I'm like, I didn't see you say this. I don't know you.
Springtime, and everything begins to thrive again. It's beautiful, you know?
It is. It's weird. They do the ending on a sunset, but it's episode 1.
Yeah.
And then the narrator's like, what an adventure we're gonna have. And then the end credits, they're like normal end credits. Oh, look at the cool things that are going to happen. Then it ends with all 5 of them on a carousel waving at the camera. And
with the big robot.
With the
Not the
molester
big robot, the little robot.
Oh, it's a little robot there. They fixed the little robot.
The Molesterbot 5000, he's waving his leg.
I mean, he can't do much else than wave. His legs don't look like they go. He can wave and shoot. And then, the next week on is just, the monster's bigger this time. It's a good thing we got this big robot. I'm like, that's all of next week's plot.
That's all of it.
Why would I watch it now? And that was episode 1.
That's episode 1 of Flashman.
Wow.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
As a pilot goes, I think it helps us that we have seen 9 versions of, we get everything kind of handed to them in a very boring way and one by one recruited because we watch them do one thing. So I'm like, it's worse storytelling that they know everything and we don't. But I'm also like, you don't need to tell me.
But like, after watching Changeman, it was like, you could not even fathom what that series was going to be.
No.
Whereas I can see what they want to try and do with this.
Because Changeman, all we get established is that they're in the military, and at the end of episode 1, they're not in the military anymore.
Yeah.
So we have nothing. Whereas this, I'm like, they're going to learn what it's like to be on Earth and maybe find their parents.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's going to be some conflict. We know the villains deal with the organist or something interesting.
I hope Organ Guy's still around for the finale. I want to watch him again.
So.
If not, can you send me a link to this episode so I can watch Organ Man again? How was that for you as your first
Well, it was
soiree?
Unhinged, you know. I think, like, what I've seen of, Japanese entertainment, it's quite unhinged. The Japanese game shows, they're always just going crazy.
It is fascinating to imagine a person who grew up on this show and is now, like, regular. They're just, like, normal, all right people. Like, you had this every morning from 1975 until now. Like, this has always been available to you.
Pumped into your eyeballs every single day.
Because, like, I'm watching this as an adult, and I'm noticing that, like, I'm getting more frantic as a person from watching it.
Warped.
Yeah, it's warping my brain. Well, we will see you very shortly in the next episode, and we'll be watching the finale.
The finale. We'll see if any loose ends tie up.
There might be, and this isn't that bold of a prediction, 5 new characters in a whole new situation, who can say? Do you want to promote anything just in case people don't listen to the next one for whatever reason?
Yeah, come to Rostio, come to A Bit of Fun on Wednesday if you're in Cardiff.
Listen to Who's Your Daddy Really?
Yes, listen to that for sure.
Follow your Instagram, which is?
Joe do I.
I'm Dubs is Funny.
I'm Adam J.H. Lewis.
And we'll see you next time.